In honor of the late Anthony Bourdain, the legendary TV host and chef will be eating at his favorite New York City restaurants. You know this is gonna be good. I don't have a co-host today, and I need somebody who was as big a fan of Bourdain as I was. Hey Ben, you like Bourdain?
I've only seen pretty much every single episode of his show, so I guess you can say I admire the guy.
New York City is the best city in the world. In fact, it's the center of the world. If you live in another city, you may think you live in a city, but you probably don't.
Is this an omen from above? Bourdain telling us to go down the stairs to Hop Key? Some of New York's best spots are underground like this. This is one of New York's oldest Cantonese restaurants, opened 1968. Pick a booth over here? No? Cool, thank you. I don't think this place has changed at all since Bourdain filmed here. It looks like it's stuck in time. 2 bowls of the pork wonton soup, the egg rolls, sweet and sour pork, and 1 order of pork fried rice. Now, you might be wondering, why did I order the most Americanized Chinese options possible? And Bourdain orders all the foods that he used to order with his parents in the 1970s when they came from New Jersey.
Let's see, we gotta have the wonton soup, gotta have the egg roll, pork fried rice, and sweet and pungent pork.
I just realized how much pork Bourdain ordered in that episode. Wonton with pork, egg roll with pork, sweet and sour pork, pork fried rice. As Bourdain once so thoughtfully said, pork is my favorite vegetable. Those Chinese staples right here. Sweet and sour pork. Whenever I shoot my Chinatown videos, I usually won't order this, but it's taking me back to a good place. I like Bourdain's thinking. It's been 4 years since Bourdain left us, and now you're eating one of his favorite meals here.
I do what I do, and I love it because of him. And I think this is the least that I can do.
Yeah.
For my idol, just have at least what he had. Let's see if it's actually pretty good. It's very comforting.
What was your favorite episode Anthony Bourdain ever made?
I can just watch the Philippine episode without crying. I've seen it like 3 or 4 times, and every time I watch it, it's like, it just really hits a spot. He captured that in a way that none of these travelers, hosts would ever did on TV, so.
And I can see why he liked Hop Key. Now this spot is open till 4 o'clock in the morning, and I've heard it's a raucous party, late night. Never been here, love the vibe, love the old school decor. There's barely any decorations. This is it, you want the Chinatown, Manhattan experience, going to a basement like this? I think it's a pretty good idea.
I think so. And if you want to complete the Bourdain experience, just grab a bottle of beer.
we should charge people over the Bourdain tour, yeah. Ambition is the incentive that makes purpose great and achievement greater.
Keep it simple. The more you say, the less people remember.
Words to live by.
I might have that tattoo in my over here.
Upper East Side, not exactly known as a culinary mecca.
There is, however, one shining light, one temple of cuisine, which I visit every time I come to the Upper East Side.
On Bourdain's first show, A Cook's Tour, he filmed at Papaya King. It was a cute little segment. I think it's perfect for this video. If New York City had a smell, it would be Papaya King. 1 sauerkraut, 1 onion, and 2 papaya drinks. Red onions, mustard. Oh, I love his papaya drink. Actually never ordered it here before. Ooh, my blood sugar just went up, but it was worth it. It was worth it. I mean, you can't go wrong with this. As New York as it gets. Did you know that papayas promote heart health and male fertility?
Like I said, it's very New Yorker. Just
Someone's getting arrested out there, by the way. Oh, go ahead, continue. What do you think of the papaya drink? I'm wondering.
papaya drink. I think it's very refreshing. I'm more of a coconut drink guy, but I never realized papaya could just be as refreshing.
When you get down to it, it's not about the dog or the drink. It's about home. And Papaya King is New York, through and through.
It's a classic. It's like, red wine and beef, white wine and fish, and papaya drink with a hot dog.
From the king to the queen. Anthony Bourdain liked Pastrami Queen so much. I have an old Instagram post where he said, straight off the plane, 10 a.m., the joys of travel are many, but sometimes there's no place like home. Hashtag Pastrami Queen. Do one pastrami on rye with mustard.
One pastrami, right?
We're going to share, yeah.
Oh, you're going to share?
Yeah, thank you so much. I've actually never drank Dr. Brown's cream soda before. I'm doing this with Anthony Bourdain. We're going to eat like he ate. It kind of tastes like a beer chocolate. I'm struggling to find the words.
If you go to any restaurants, wherever you are in the US, and it's got some New York theme to it, this is one of those that they definitely try to get a hold of.
And I'm a simple man with simple tastes. Pastrami never goes out of style, in my opinion. I have noticed is outside of Katz, you don't see a lot of the old school delis getting a ton of love. I think pizza places get more love. I think we got to bring back some love for the old school delis in New York. It's a dying breed. Look how much pastrami we get, like $24. You know, not the cheapest meal in New York, but you're getting your money's worth. Always tell people go into any Jewish deli, split the sandwich. Too much for most people, unless you're super hungry. Bourdain's favorite pastrami sandwich. Let's do it.
Thank you, Doctor. Oh, thank you so much.
I like what Bourdain said. Not too lean, not too fat, just right. What do you think?
I think there's definitely a lot more meat than a normal pastrami, but the way it's cooked, the way it's prepared,
Yeah.
it's so, yeah.
And there really is something to be said about that mustard too. It brings it all together. And you gotta have that rye bread. Some of that meat coming up, you know what? You just use your hands and pick it right up.
It's not the easiest thing to eat, to look pretty eating this, but if it ain't messy, it ain't right. I think he liked this a lot because of just look around you. It's not a lot of tourists here.
I don't think there's any tourists here.
It's very local, you know, it's like a local thing to do. And in fact, I don't think he featured it anywhere, did he?
No, I don't think he ever put this into an episode. There's not a lot of seats here. He wouldn't want the place to be overrun. And that's what happened towards the last few seasons of his show. When he would go somewhere, it'd be like adding a Michelin star to the restaurant. You know, Bourdain's been here. It's become a tourist attraction all of a sudden.
It's almost like he was protecting this place.
He always had good taste. I will give him that. This is excellent. Definitely one of the better pastrami sandwiches I've had in New York City. Bourdain, in a really famous interview, said, if you want something in New York does best, better than where you're from, it's the deli sandwich.
We have better deli than you. So I would go to Russ and Daughters or Pastrami Queen or Katz's. I'd get myself a good pastrami sandwich.
How far are we from Central Park? This is almost like a good spot to get a sandwich, go to the park, have a picnic.
Watching my episodes too much. That's an idea I would come up with. I like that.
You can tell I'm a huge fan of the channel. I think he's real, you know? It's very hard to find travel persona and all that and be yourself and keep, you know, stay true to your personality. And I think he's a prime example of someone who is genuinely curious, and I think is an example to live by.
Despite all that mystery, New York still manages to feel to me as homey and inviting as your grandmother's kitchen.
People are always asking me what are the best off the beaten path restaurants in New York City. Check out this video right here for some of my favorite suggestions.